Hello and welcome to Business Communication Spring Term 2025. My name is Brett Walton. I will be your instructor for this term, and I'm super excited to work with you and learn alongside you as we explore the course and the course content. A few things before we get started. First and foremost, I wanted to let you know that this class has been designed to incorporate current events and a wide range of perspectives, and for that reason, there is not an assigned textbook. I've tried to make that really clear in some of the emails that I've sent and course announcements, but I want to just reiterate, there's not a required textbook, and if you've purchased a textbook, please don't open it because you will not need it for this course. Course assignments, which I'll go into greater detail in a moment, are going to include a variety of videos that you'll watch and then post responses to in a public class discussion, as well as some individual assignments and then some group work ultimately towards the end of the semester. A little bit about myself, just so you can kind of get to know me and why I'm teaching this class and why I teach it all. I've been teaching at Portland Community College for over 12 years now, primarily business classes, including Introduction to Business, Business Communication, Career Development, and a few other courses. And in addition to teaching at Portland Community College, I also teach in the Center for Real Estate at Portland State University. At PSU, I teach a class on commercial property and asset management, which is more in line with my actual professional career. Outside of teaching, I work full-time as the Vice President of Operations for a commercial landscape company called Crystal Greens Landscape. We have about 250 employees and 7 locations in 2 states. And so that primary professional career that I work on during the day is where I draw a lot of my experience from. And a lot of the concepts and ideas that we're talking about, I'm actually able to reflect on myself and see how I think they would apply in the real world in my own business interactions with customers, colleagues, and the public. Prior to my current role as the Vice President of Operations, I had a 15-plus year in commercial real estate, working for both small local companies and publicly traded companies. And so all that to say, I've got a broad business background, and I really just find business exciting and interesting, and I hope to present the information in a way that you find interesting also. With that, let's explore our homepage briefly, and I want to walk you through just a few highlights as you're getting your bearings and starting strong in the first week of class. Here on the homepage, maybe you're already familiar, but this is where you'll see a cascade of announcements each week. And after you've read an announcement and feel comfortable with it, you can always dismiss the announcement and it'll go into the background. But you can always get back to any previous announcements by just clicking on the hyperlink here. One of the pieces of information I want to make sure that you have early is my contact information. My PCC email is listed here. It's a great option for reaching out. But I've also shared my personal cell phone number, and so you are welcome to call this number or text. I'm fine with either. And so the way I view it is if a student has a question that's stressing them out, or if I can alleviate that stress by giving them a quick response, I'd much rather have them message me and I can clear something up and you can get back to work on your assignment or just ease your mind. And so please reach out. There's a lot of information, and this is a unique class style, and so it would not surprise me at all if you have questions. I would encourage you to explore our Class D2L page in general, but where I think you should start is under the content section, which I'll show you. And your view will probably be slightly different because I'm viewing this as the instructor. But under the course info section is where you'll find the syllabus, a really brief overview of assignments and their due dates, and some information on my background and a few other useful documents. I would highly encourage you to pay special attention to the syllabus. So let's go there now. In the syllabus, there's some very basic information about the course title and the CRN number, etc. It's worth noting, and hopefully you're aware, but our class does not have any scheduled class times. This class is what we call in the academic world asynchronous, and so all of your assignments and work will essentially be done on a weekly basis to meet certain due dates, but we do not have in-person class time or any scheduled Zoom meetings, etc. So hopefully that is good news, and that gives you a lot of flexibility to do the assignments and work through the information at your own pace and around your own schedule. There's some descriptions about different assignments in here. I'm not going to go through all that today, but it would be a great idea just to look ahead and explore. Once you're comfortable with the syllabus and just navigation of our homepage, it'd be a great idea just to jump into week 1. So under the content menu on the left nav bar, you can navigate to each week. And so this is week 1, where we are now. And under each week, you'll see what assignments are due. Week 1 is fairly typical in that there are 2 videos to watch and then post in this discussion. You'll notice there's a link to a video in the body of what is actually a discussion board assignment. And so you're expected to watch this TED Talk and then respond to some of the questions that are posted. And this is critical. In order to earn full credit for each discussion, which is based on a video in this class, you'll need to make 1 original post, right? That's you just responding to the information and sharing your feedback with the class. And you will also need to respond to at least 2 fellow classmates' posts. And when I say respond, I'm looking for something more than I agree or great point. Something with a bit more information, right? So maybe you are more specific on why you agree, why you thought they brought up some really interesting ideas, right? So that way we feel like we're really interacting. So week 1, there are 2 different videos to watch and then participate in these discussion posts. And then in addition, this week, you're expected to do a brief video introduction, which you're going to upload, right? You'll notice this is an assignment, not a discussion. So your video introduction goes only to me. It's a great idea to get comfortable on video. We're seeing more and more in the professional world and workplace the use of video meetings, video interviews, video presentations. And so this is a safe space for you to practice that. And I'm using the video assignment, your introduction this week, also as the indication for me that you've started the course and that you will be moving forward. PCC requires all instructors to drop students who haven't actively engaged or shown up to class in the first week, and that's for financial aid and other reasons. And so because this is an online class, what I would call a virtual class, we don't have in-person attendance. So I'm going to use this video introduction assignment as my proof that you've logged into the class, that you're planning to be active, and that you don't want to get dropped. Lastly, in week 1, it's a busy first week, but I think these assignments are pretty light and they're going to get you warmed up for some of the content ahead. Your final assignment that's due Sunday is a brief reflection on a recent communication interaction. So think of a time where you went to a business and you interacted with someone, or maybe it was with a colleague, but you're going to just break down in greater detail than you probably typically think about some of the aspects of that exchange and use it as just a basis for analysis. So there's more detail here, and this is a document that you'll write and then submit. And so if I were to make a recommendation, I would say each week on Monday when new assignments launch, it'd be a great idea to jump into our course homepage, go to that week, and just look at what assignments are due so you can plan your time accordingly. I want to mention specifically for video discussion posts, in order to not be considered late, your original posts need to be submitted by Wednesday at midnight. And I'll tell you why. Because each student is expected to respond to 2 other classmates to get full credit, it's very problematic for all of us if everyone waits until Sunday afternoon, evening to make their first post. That doesn't allow any of your classmates to actually respond, because there's just this wave of posts at the very, very end. And it ends up not being as authentic or interactive of a dialogue, where it's just more of a task, right? And so just a reminder, your original post to be considered on time is due Wednesday at midnight. Let's see. There's other details that you can navigate to. I want to point out this is a standard college nav bar, and so some of these sections may not apply. For example, Zoom. We don't have any scheduled Zoom sessions. It's just a link that is available. With that, I want to again welcome you to the course ahead and tell you how excited I am to work with you. I think this is a super fun and interesting topic that I'm very passionate about. And so if this is your first business course, or if you've declared a business major and you've taken several, I'm really, really glad that you're here. And I am going to do everything I can to make sure that this class is well explained, that you're learning, that I'm responsive, and that you're having a really great experience that helps you become much more proficient with business communication, regardless of how much experience you already have. So please take a moment to explore our class and reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you.